Mask on face, make our school a healthy place. Okay? Today we're going to do a story, and the title of the story is The Bremen Town Musicians.
Who's that?
Well, that's a good question. The Bremen Town Musicians, I'm going to show them to you right here. I'll show you a picture. Okay, it's a wonky donkey. So, this is another folk tale, and this folk tale has musicians. Musicians are people who play music. That's right. We're going to see who our main character is. Characters are people or animals in the story. People or animals. Panting. Dogs do it. What's panting mean? Breathing so loud like you are hot or out of breath. Perched. Perched means you sat or rested on something, like a bird perched on the roof. Or a nest, yes.
Or hive.
Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down. Just a couple quick questions. So this story is a folk tale just like the 7 Little Kids. A folk tale is passed down orally from person to person. A folk tale is a type of fiction. Fiction means it is true or not true? Fake. So folk, thumbs up, thumbs down. Folk tales are fiction. Thumbs up. They are fake. Folk tales are true stories. And folk tales are passed down from person to person to person. All right, so today our characters are a donkey, a cat, and a dog, and a rooster. What kind of sound does a dog make? And what kind of sound does a cat make? And what kind of sound does a rooster make? And what kind of sound does a donkey make? Ee-yaw. Now, animals talk, but they talk different than people. They talk in a way that we can't understand them. Yes. So we're going to see how these animals could be musicians, okay? So I'm going to need your help during the story. And when I say the sound for a dog, you're going to do ruff, ruff, ruff. And cat is meow. The donkey is hee-haw. And the rooster is cock-a-doodle-doo. All right, so let's listen. Our first section is the donkey, and I'll tell you when, okay? Once upon a time, there was a donkey for many years had worked as a farmer. The donkey had worked on the same farm day in and day out, and he longed to leave the farm and see the world. That's kind of like rooster off to see the world. The farmer was not happy that the donkey wanted to leave. But when he saw how sad the donkey was, he told him he must go. So there's the farmer. The donkey left and took the road down to a town called Bremen, where he heard a street band play music. The word play means to make music. He thought he would be a fine musician too. A musician is someone who can play instruments or sings. Do you think a donkey can be part of a band? No? Why not? You don't think donkeys are good at singing? Yeehaw. All right. Okay. Soon the donkey came upon a dog who was panting for breath. This means the dog was having a hard time breathing. What are you panting for, friend? Asked the donkey. Answered the dog. Now that I am old, I have decided to leave my home and see the world. There is so much of the world to see, I've been running in order to get it all in. Well, said the donkey, come with me. I'm going to be a street musician in Bremen. I can play the flute and you can play the drum. The dog was quite willing, so they walked on. To be willing means that you can go and do what another person wants. So the dog said, I'll go with you.
Well, that was so nice of him.
Well, he's probably tired too.
Cat. That looks like a tiger.
I know, it's pretty. Soon the dog and the donkey saw a cat sitting in the road with a face as long as 3 days of rainy weather. That means he looks sad. What do you think his face looked that way for? Why do you think his face looked so sad? Huh? Rain? Can you stop, please? Tired? Now, what's the matter with you, old kitty? Asked the donkey. You would be sad, said the cat, if you were in my place, for now I'm getting old and I haven't seen the world beyond the barn I live in. Alas, I want to go see the world, but I do not know where to begin. Then come with us to Bremen, said the donkey. I know that you will sing well at night, so you can easily be a street musician in the town. Bremen will be a great place to start your adventures. That's just what I should do, said the cat. So the donkey and the dog and the cat all walked together. So what did the dog say? Woof, woof, woof. And what did the donkey say? Hee-haw. And what did the cat say?
And then he made a chicken.
No, a rooster. Bye-bye. The 3 musicians came to a farmyard. On the gate stood a rooster crying, cock-a-doodle-doo, with all his might. What are you making so much noise for? Asked the donkey. Ah, said the rooster, I'm trying to get the other animals' attention. I'm trying to leave the world, and this is how roosters say goodbye. Well, come with us, old red comb, said the donkey. Old red comb refers to the rooster because of the red comb on his head. See the red comb on his head?
Go to the bathroom.
Not while I'm reading. We are going to Bremen to be street musicians. You have a fine voice, and the rest of us are good at music too. I will join you, said the rooster, and so they all went together. They could not reach the town in one day, and as evening came on, they began to look for a place to spend the night.
Well, that would be kind of easy. I can stay with the chicken. Oh, that. Yeah.
How do we know it's nighttime in this picture? What do we see? The moon and dark. That's right. The donkey and the dog lay down under a large tree. The cat climbed up on one of the branches. The rooster flew to the top of the tree where he could look all around. I see a light from the window, the rooster called to his friends. I suppose there's a house nearby, said the donkey. Let's ask the people what's for supper. Supper is your dinner. How good a bone would taste, said the dog. Or a nice piece of fish, said the cat. Or some corn, said the rooster. So they set out once and reached the house. The donkey, who was the tallest, looked out the window. What do you see, old long ears? asked the rooster. Old long ears refers to the donkey because he has
Long
ears. Come down, said the dog, and we shall think of a way to impress this family so they will share our supper with us. The 4 friends talked over what they could do to show the family they were not ordinary barnyard animals. At last, they had an idea. What do you think their idea was? They want to show them that they're not ordinary barnyard animals, so what could they do? Emily, what do you think they could do? Huh? Oh, they could. Remember what they were trying to do when they went to town? They were trying to be what? Musicians. You think they might do something with music? Oh my goodness. The donkey stood on his hind legs and placed his feet on the windowsill. The dog stood up on the donkey's back. The cat climbed up and stood on the dog's back, and the rooster perched on the dog's head. That means he sat up on top of there. When you perch, you sit or stand on it like a bird. The donkey gave a signal, and they all began to make their loudest music. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, and the cat meowed, and the rooster crowed. All right, so rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. Dog, roof, 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 roof. Cat, meow. And donkey, hee-haw. Now, choose one of them to say, but don't tell me which one. We'll do them all at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hee-haw. That's what they sounded like.
Wait, do it again. Let's do it again.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hee-haw.
What?
That sounds horrible. Okay. So, let me see where I was. So they were standing up there and they were singing, all right? The family had never heard such a noise before, and they were frightened, and they had no idea what could be making such a terrible sound. What was the noise coming from? From the
chicken and the cat and the dog and the chicken.
So they ran as fast as they could through the woods to their neighbor's house. The 4 friends were sad when they learned their song had frightened the family so. Still, they were very hungry from their journey and decided to eat what remained of the family supper. When the 4 musicians had eaten as much as they could, they were full and ready to sleep. The donkey lay down in the yard, the dog behind the door, and the cat curled up in front of the fireplace. The rooster went to a high shelf. They were soon so tired that they fell asleep. Look at their faces. They're like, what's this horrible noise? Now there they are, all asleep. Later that night, the uncle decided to go back and check on the house. He found everything quiet and still, so he went inside. He did not see the cat, so he stepped on her tail. The poor kitty was caught by surprise and jumped up, landing on the uncle's face by accident. It gave the uncle such a fright that he ran for the door.
Maybe it went.
Which in turn scared the dog, who grabbed the uncle's leg as he went by. In the dark, the uncle could not see the donkey and ran into him by accident. This scared the donkey, who gave him a great big kick in his hind foot. All this woke the rooster, who cried with all his might. What's the rooster say? Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh my goodness, can you imagine all that happening?
What?
Stepping on the cat's tail, and then the donkey kicks, and then they all go running. Now look, here he goes. Ah! The uncle ran as fast as he could, as fast as his legs could carry him back to the neighbor's house where his family was waiting on him. Gasping for breath, he said, I have no idea what is going on in that house, but I am never going back. First, something tried to cover my eyes. You know who tried to cover his eyes?
I don't know.
The cat. When the cat jumped on the face of the uncle, it covered his eyes. He didn't mean to. Then something tried to stop me from leaving. Yes, scratches.
Yep.
And that was the dog, because the dog grabbed a hold of his leg. Then something kicked me. Who kicked him?
The donkey.
The donkey. And then something said, cock-a-doodle-doo.
And then it woke them all up.
The family was filled with fear and ran away as fast as they could. Should the family really be afraid of a donkey, dog, cat, and a rooster? No. Meanwhile, the animals had finally settled down after being woken up from their slumber. Slumber means they are asleep. They're asleep. They decided it was just a bad dream and went back to sleep in their cozy little house. They liked the house so much that they stayed there waiting for the family to come back. And as far as I know, they are here to this day. That family never came back. The animals took over. Can you believe it?
They took over.
So the animals wanted to go to town to become what? What did they want to become? Musicians. That's right. Did they ever make it to town? No. Let's show Miss Hunter the awful noise they made. So they decide. Hold on. they decided that they would sing to the family to get them to make their supper. But then they all made one of those sounds, those animal sounds, but like all together, it was horrible.
No.
So choose which one you're going to do. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And that was what was so horrible that made them run away at
I
first.
was running away too.
They thought, oh, what's this terrible noise?
Mhm.
So the noise that scared the family was all of their,
Noises.
all their singing, their noises.
Well,
And so when the uncle came back to the house, why did he get scared again?
because they're scared.
They scared him.
They
They woke
stepped on
up.
the cat's tail, and then it fell on his face, and then the dog made him fall on his foot, and then cat covered his eyes.
Yeah. And as far as they know, they never came back again. So the animals got in the house.
The donkey kicked him in the face.
The donkey kicked him in his leg and he went running off. But you can see, look at him. He looks like he's taking a beating, right? And look at the animals. They're all looking at him and he's running off.
Look
He's
at the
running.
back of his leg.
Yep. Oh, look, you can tell that's where he got kicked by the donkey. Anyone in here ever got kicked by a donkey?
Yeah, I got kicked in the face by one.
I don't imagine it feels good.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't feel good.
All
All right, everybody sit down. 3, 2, 1, 0. So the animals were all going to town to be musicians. Musicians are people who play music or they can also sing. Does anybody know of any musicians or groups, musical groups that they like to listen to? Raise your hand if you can tell me one you like to listen to. Does anybody know someone they like to listen to? Harlan, what's someone you like to listen to? Huh? Kids Bop Kids? Yep, that's a good one. Anyone else have someone they like to listen to? Matthew?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song? Normal? Do you like the Thriller song? It's the Thriller. That's a good song. All right, what what other musicians do people like? What kind of music do you like? Justin Bieber? Liam, what kind of music do you like? Do you like rock and roll or country music? What kind?
Rap music.
Rap music? Yeah, I like Jack Hartman. He's my favorite.
I love Jack Hartman.
Emily, I can't hear you. You like country music? I do too. I love country music. Yeah, I like country music. What about you, Nyla? What kind of music do you? Country? Huh?
Country.
Okay. I like good dancing music too, kind of like guacamole. Which I don't usually do that dancing music, but I like that Zumba music. It's what I used to do. Hey, Eric, what kind of music do you like?
That I have done Peggy.
Anybody like rock and roll music?
Yeah.
Rock and roll is here to stay. What about classical music? Anybody like classical music? What is that? You raised your hand. What is it? No? It's instrumental music. It's from a long time ago. It's really, really pretty. A lot of times what we listen to in here sounds like classical music, piano, instruments. Anybody like,
I use the flute.
you like flute? Anybody have a favorite instrument?
Piano. Anybody
Piano.
else like the flute?
Sienna, what's your favorite instrument? Piano?
Actually,
I like the violin. When I was little, I used to play the violin. What about you, Everly?
What's a violin?
It's a string instrument. What, sweetie? You like violin too?
Oh, you mean that thing?
Like a fiddle?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. You like trumpet? One day, maybe when coronavirus gets over, we'll have my dad come up here. He plays all kinds of music. He's really good at playing music.
Okay.
Yes, Liam?
I like drums.
You like drums? My husband can play the drums. Nyla, do you like, what do you like? Saxophone?
A microphone.
Oh, like you're singing? Eric, what do you like? We're not playing drums right now. What? Well, I don't think I quite, a xylophone?
My husband plays the guitar.
See, we need to get him to come up here too. My husband used to
We also got
play
an electric guitar.
the
My
bass.
dad has a piano.
Ooh, that's cool.